the buck has to stop somewhere. It stops with the foundational being of everything else that exists.
The moral argument claims that good is derived from God's nature. Is that moral compass not just God's opinion, and is somebody objectively wrong for disagreeing with it?
Okay, is God's nature just our opinion? What all theologians usually mean by God is the being the greatest good, whatever that is. The sunum bonum, meaning the sum of all good. So by definition, what we mean by God is the being that is all good. It's not just his opinion. Now, here's where the Muslims might say different. They're going to say that Allah, whatever Allah does is good. Allah, his essence isn't good. What he does is good. Christianity and Judaism are going to say, no, God's essence is good and his commands flow from that essence. So he is the standard of goodness. Look, the buck has to stop somewhere. It stops with the foundational being of everything else that exists. That's what goodness is, because God's attributes include holiness, include righteousness, include love, just like they include justice and knowledge and self-existence and all these other things. So he is the standard by which everything else is measured. If you can't rely on God to be the measurement for these things, there must be a being beyond him, which means this being here isn't God. This being up here is. Does that make sense?
So disagreeing with that is just objectively false.
To say that if God issues a command based on his nature, like thou shalt not murder, and we murder anyway, yeah, that would be objectively wrong.
Okay, thanks.
All right, thank you, Josh.